Hey you, it's me. And I noticed that there were a lot of YouTubers lately that have been talking about unschooling. And unschooling, what it is essentially is unstructured learning, where it's catered to the specific child and they learn what they want to on that day. Now, for the general populace, I think I think they need structure, and I think schools are a really good thing. But kids do learn differently. And there was a study that said that about 20% of people learn best when they're doing things that are less structured or online. And I think that's true. And so I don't think that we should rule out unschooling as being detrimental to our society, because it's not. What's detrimental to our society is mothers who think that that type of learning is going to be suited to their child when it's not. And they're not thinking about the best interest of the child. They're thinking about the best interest of themselves. They want to look good online. They want to impress other people. They want to show what great moms they are or parents that they are. And doing that at the expense of your child's education is not a good idea. I agree with that. Unschooling is not for everyone. But I will say unschooling is for some. I am familiar with grown adults who were unschooled as children, and one of them, I'm talking about a family that I know that did this with all their children who are now adults. And one of them is an avid reader and a interpreter for language that they learned on their own. I know another who learned calculus on their own because they were interested in the subject. So can it work? Yes. Is it good to put your child into an unstructured education? Generally speaking, no, because there are a lot of benefits to taking your child to school, learning a routine, again, getting that structure, being introduced to society, learning how to socialize with other people that you're unfamiliar with, and just learning in general new things. Education, schools can bring a lot of interesting things out into the public or out into the students' public that maybe they never heard before or weren't familiar with. And that's a big positive. Now, with unschooling, you can also do that. But the problem is that you need a parent who is the instructor, who can instruct these things, who can introduce new things and new ideas. And a lot of these, I'm specifically picking on the moms, not just YouTube moms, but TikToker moms and whatever. They're really trying hard to show off. Oh, look what I'm doing. I love my child so much that I'm homeschooling them, and that's got to stop. Now I know a lot of people say, oh, that that all these platforms have ruined people. But let me tell you something. Before computers were popular, before computers were a home thing, people were still assholes. There were still PTA meetings where parents are bragging to other parents about how great their kid was. This is nothing new. Social media has brought it out maybe a little more, where you reach more people, but it's not a new thing that people are jerks and that parents are selfish. My point really being that unschooling can be very beneficial to some children. Is it beneficial to a lot or all? No, it's not. But I don't want you to think of unschooling as being unhealthy or bad. Because for some students, it's really good, and they learn well, and they flourish, they blossom, and they learn a lot about themselves and what they enjoy. And it's very beneficial for their later lives as adults in what kind of things they want to do with their lives. But it's not for everyone. That is a key factor. And these selfish moms who want to brag about what they're doing because they think it's cool or healthy or whatever. I don't know. Honestly, I don't understand their mentality that they have to show off to everybody. Look what I'm doing. It's just thinking, Stuart, look what I can do. There's a lot of adults who are like that too. And it's unfortunate. It's going to be unfortunate for their children as they grow, who this doesn't cater too well to. But I don't want people to completely rule out the idea of unschooling, because the idea of catering an education to a specific child, to their interests, introducing them to new things that they can be interested in, I think it's a great way to teach some kids, just not all kids. Anyway, that's all I gotta say.